Strange disturbance in the force.
Base Ninja,
Shaskin?
are you there?
I'm there. I'm here. Are you?
I am.
Ah, well, glad you,
I have a sense that there's something in the box right behind you.
Indeed there is. How did you know that?
I sensed it.
Well, that was good timing, my friend, because I do have something here today. What we have here is a brand new lightsaber from Zerka Corp. What do you think? Should I open this thing and check it out? It just arrived today.
A very good idea.
Alright. Well.
Is that tape I see?
It is tape. Yeah, it's packaged fairly well, but I do hear a little bit of sliding around inside there. So let's check it out. There's also... The box doesn't seem to be damaged, but there is a cut in the tape right there. So...
Does that give you a air of mystery?
Maybe.
Maybe?
To be honest with you, I'm just really excited to get this thing open. I've been wanting a new lightsaber for a while.
And you ordered this online, right?
I did, actually. And it came quick. Within, like, 4 days after I ordered it.
And why is that?
Not sure why exactly, but I believe it's because this company doesn't, they don't build them to order. They're prefabricated, sitting on a shelf, ready to be shipped when you order it. Wow. Okay, guys, so it is packed pretty well in there.
Oh, look, you ordered paper.
Yeah. So inside,
Ooh, there it is.
Nothing else in the box there. That is just the shipping invoice. Now this box is pretty. Look at that.
What color did you get?
This is supposed to be an RGB LED, so it's going to have the color changing, make it any color you want.
That's cool.
Got a barcode on that end, nothing on that end.
What's the quality of the box?
The box is nice. The shipping box was in good shape on arrival, so no complaints there. I've ordered lightsabers before, and they generally come at least this well packed. You know, like this is good. Ooh.
No, it's not wrapped in plastic. That's a surprise.
Okay, we got a charging cable here.
What type of charging cable is that? Is that a mini USB?
I believe this is a C-type.
C-type.
Right? Is that what it's called? The most current, modern, up-to-date form of a USB, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
USB, yeah. USB Type C.
Got a little card here.
What is that?
I don't know if you'll be able to...
What does it give a little description?
Well, there's a QR code there, and on this side, there's some fine print on there. Saber care,
Too fine.
hibernation. I think it's instructions. Looks like I might need a magnifying glass to be able to read it, though. Alright, here's the moment we've been waiting for. Oh man, Shaskin. This is beautiful. Hold on, let me get closer. Dude, it's a lot thinner. I mean, it's thin, it's small, and it's very light. I'm actually going to take my ring off so I'm not tapping my ring against it. But this is beautiful. Yeah, it's aluminum. This is absolutely beautiful. I really like it. Now, I don't know if it's going to have a charge or not. So we've got a blade. Oh. It looks like there's holes here for up to 3 blade retention screws. That's nice. Speaking of the blade retention screws, tell me I'm not going to have to salvage them out of my other lightsabers. It better have come with some.
Did
Packaging.
it come with a blade?
It did come with a blade, but I have plenty of blades, so I wasn't too concerned about that. This doesn't necessarily feel like a dueling blade. This feels like a thin wall blade. It's too light to be a dueling blade. This is a thin wall blade for sure. It's got some protective plastic on it to keep it from getting scratched up. And then it's got a cover on this end to keep anything from falling inside of it. The tip end is the rounded bullet point tip variety, and I assume it probably unscrews just like most other blades. Some of them are glued on, so this one might be glued on. Ah, yes, okay. 2 blade retention screws and a hex key. Scratch that. 4 retention screws, so there's an extra. Nice. Okay.
4 screws so you can lose all 3.
Right. Now,
Be left with 1.
I don't know if this is going to need charged. It may have a partial charge. We can at least test it.
Is there a charge indicator?
The power button appears to be the lighted variety, so when it's powered on, the ring around the button should glow. I think.
That's a good one.
If it says press and hold to wake the saber up.
So that's the slot that's right above the button is where you plug in the USB?
Yes.
Okay.
It doesn't seem to be powering on, so we may need to charge it up.
Is it possible that you have to have the blade in before you can turn it on?
Good question. I hope not, because I like to be able to turn these on without the blades in them. There doesn't appear to be any sort of sensor or button on the inside there that would trigger, so it would know if the blade is in it or not. Here, let me grab one of my extra blades right here. Yeah, no, it's not doing anything. Probably needs charged. If it's been sitting in a warehouse for a while. But dude, I can't quite begin to describe to you how much I like the feel of this thing. Like, compare this to my other hilt. There's a significant size difference. And a significant weight difference. And a significant difference in thickness. My old one is way thicker. It's chunkier, in my hand. Where this one, this feels like the size of what a real lightsaber should feel like, to me.
Do you think that it's designed for one-handed or two-handed, or?
You can two-hand this. I imagine the balance point on it's probably going to be like right here. When the blade's in it, like your one finger's probably going to be on the blade slightly. Because this thing's light. It's very light.
Now, what about the blade that came with it?
Let's take a look.
Is there significant weight to it, or?
Let me grab the blue one here. This is a standard dueling blade, but it's a day blade. That's why it's blue. Let me grab another one so there's no confusion here. This is a standard dueling blade. It's a thick-walled. Okay, so let me get it up here. It's like a 1/4 inch thick on the walls. The one that it came with, I'm going to have to pull the cap off of it so you can see it. I got to get this plastic off of it. I've never seen a blade come wrapped in cling wrap like this. I'm not sure how I feel about that. It feels kind of pointless to me, honestly. If it's a dueling blade, you're going to be hitting it, you're going to be getting it dinged up, And since you can't get this cap off, there we go. So, oh yeah, that's totally thin wall. I mean, compare the thickness there.
Yeah.
You know? That's a thin wall blade. So yeah, weight-wise in my hand, the heavy dueling blade is a lot heavier. I mean, there are advantages and disadvantages, of course. You know, with a lighter blade like this one, you can swing them around and do your tricks at much higher rate of speed. This feels like more of a mess than it's really worth to me.
Can you tell what kind of material that's made out of?
They call these polycarbonate, which is just a fancy word for plastic. I mean, I'm sure it's some kind of technical thing that makes it different from standard plastic. I mean, they are really... You really can, like, these dueling blades that I've had in the past, this one here, you can like, go up to, like, a telephone pole, for example, and just, like, you know, baseball bat it. Swing it as hard as you can, and you're not going to break this blade. Oh, yeah, that's light. Wow, that's light. Well, we need to get this thing charged. So this is going to be my very first hilt ever that comes apart in the middle. Now this one does have a full chassis here, and that is a good thing. This is meant to protect...
That's a battery pack?
Yeah, well this is what they call a chassis. It holds the battery and the sensitive electronic microchip, everything that, you know, makes your saber work. And
is there a paper piece that sometimes they put on?
I know what you're talking about. Yeah, that's a good question. No, and it's a pretty tight fit. I'm not sure I would really want to take this battery out, but it's nice to know that I can take this battery out because I have 2, maybe even 3 others laying up here that, you know, I could keep one charged at all times then, you know. But ideally, I don't ever want to take that battery out. I want to use the charging port right there in the hilt, and yeah, there's really no reason to ever take that apart, as far as I know.
How long do you think it would take to charge up?
Probably a while. I'm gonna say 8 hours. I probably better use the PlayStation. Another YouTuber that I was watching review one of these said that if you're going to plug it directly into the wall, you got to make sure you have the correct adapter, and I don't know for sure exactly what I need, but he said if you plug it in and charge it off of a laptop or your TV or anything like that, then you're totally safe. So I'm probably just going to charge it off the PlayStation right now.
So is one end USB-C and the other end is USB-A?
Yep. And you got your standard fat end. Yep, so that's the end that goes on the PlayStation. And they go, well, only one way with one of these, right? Or does it matter with this? Does it go? Oh, hello. It just powered on.
Did it just say charging?
I don't know. Low battery. It cut itself off before it could finish saying low battery.
Charging.
I think it did say charging.
That's cool.
Yeah, it is cool. I like that. Hell yeah.
Your lightsaber has a voice.
Yes. Well, I guess we'll stop the video here for now and come back when it's charged. Check out some of its features. So, I'm going to go ahead and hit stop, and we'll be right back.
Well, before you do,
yeah?
What's your impression of it so far?
I love it. I don't want to get too excited here, but it might be my favorite lightsaber now. I absolutely love the look of it. I mean, look at this silver. You know, I mean, I'm a typically dark, like I went with a weathered one before, and I like this one a lot. It served me very well, but I mean, just immediately, just having this in my hand feels so, dude, it feels so good. I mean, way better than this. This thing, in comparison, and I thought this one was a good size. I really did. I thought this was a real good size. But looking at them side by side, this one's almost comically big. You know what I mean? Like, when you look at the lightsabers that they have in the movies, they're very small. When they're in your hand, you almost can't even see it when the camera's at the wrong angle. You know what I mean? And this is much more realistic.
Now, do you believe that a Jedi would have a hilt like that, or would that be more of a Sith?
I'd say this is more of a Jedi hilt. But then, I mean, there's some Sith hilts out there that, you know, I wouldn't know just by looking at it, you know.
Now, at the bottom of the hilt, does it look like you can order another one and attach it together?
Yes. It even says that on the website that you can do that.
Now, is it a screw-on, or...
This one is... So I imagine... This piece is the coupler. So it's threaded on this side and on the inside. You know, it's threaded on the inside on both sides. So you would only need another one of these.
Have you ever had a double-bladed?
I have, yeah. I prefer a single blade, personally. I can wield a double blade. Actually, it's recommended that if you're learning some of the saber forms, when you're first learning them, you should use a staff, because it'll teach you the correct muscle memory. It forces you to do it the right way. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording, and we'll be back in a little bit.
Alrighty then.
Alright guys, we're back a few hours later, and we've got this thing charged, and I am here to tell you this thing is pretty incredible. Shaskin, it's got a whole bunch of different sound fonts, and it's got true smooth swing. I can't even... Check this out. You hear that?
Uh-huh.
That's smooth swing. Oh my gosh, this thing is amazing.
Can you explain the different sounds?
Yeah, so... okay, so it's powered on right now, so you just press it once to turn it on. If you want to change the volume, which I'll go ahead and do actually.
Stable.
I think I did that right. I don't know, it still sounds just as loud. 2 blinks is supposed to change the volume.
You have something I want.
3 blinks to change the sound fonts, so that was, that's your dark saber sound font right there.
That's so cool.
I'm gonna go through them all real quick. I'm not gonna turn it on for every one of these, because there's like 12 of them, or I don't know how many.
Rey Skywalker.
Rey Skywalker. I think that said Leia.
I've been waiting for this day for a long time.
There's your Kylo Ren sound font. That one I will turn on, because the smooth swing sounds really good on that one, actually. Alright.
You only have one color?
Oh no, I'm getting to that.
General Kenobi.
There's General Grievous.
Count Dooku.
Count Dooku.
I'm Cal Kestis.
Cal Kestis.
The Force is with you, young Skywalker. But you are not a Jedi yet.
Right. I think that's my favorite one, actually. The smooth swing works really well on that one. Alright, here's your RGB tricolor LED.
Unstable.
Oh no, sorry, I didn't get it right again. That's actually, check this out. It doesn't really come across on camera all that well, but in person, it's like a very unstable flicker. I like it. My wife doesn't like it.
Pulse.
Pulse, that's the one I generally leave it on this one. You can actually see that pulsing on camera. Alright, now what is it? 2 blinks, change blade mode, change... okay, I remember now. So to change the color, you just turn it on and hold for 2 blinks, and it starts slowly cycling through all the colors that it can do. And it's getting real pink. Maybe if I back up from the camera a little bit. And it's getting blue again. And then it should go into your greens. That's white. Orange. All different shades of red and pink.
Purple.
Purple, yeah. And eventually it will turn green. Yeah, there we go. Green and then yellow. Camera isn't the best for picking this up though, is it? What else does it have? It's got, you press once while it's on for, you know, your blaster deflections. Nope, did it wrong again. Still getting used to it.
So what, you press the button again to choose your color?
Yeah, to lock it where it's at. Yeah. And then... oh, dang it. I did it wrong again. There it is. That's your blade lockup effect, which I probably wouldn't use much anyway, but it's hard to get it to trigger. Dude, I tell you what, this is definitely, hands down, already it's my favorite lightsaber that I've ever owned. In fact, we're going to make it official right now. Where's my other one? There it is. We're going to pop the ring off here and transfer it to the new one. Oh yeah, that's good. Very good. Nice. Oh yeah. I like it. That is freaking awesome. It looks and feels so much more like a real lightsaber than anything I've ever owned before. What do you think? Do you like it?
Yeah, I'm tempted.
It's worth it. For the money, it's definitely worth it. What else should we talk about? What else should I say about it in this review?
Well, the thing is there anything that you would change?
No, not really. I mean, it's pretty sensitive as far as the smooth swing.
Would you, if the company came to you and basically asked you the same question, would you suggest that they would put a rig on it?
Not necessarily, because I kind of like the option to be able to customize it myself. I mean, if they did something exactly like what I'm doing right here, then yeah, I'd be okay with that. But outside of that, I'm pretty specific with like the size of the ring, you know, as far as exactly what I want, you know. If it's too small, then it's too hard to get it on and off of there, you know. So it's got to be big enough, but not ridiculously big, you know. I don't know if this color really comes clear across on this video, but this isn't chrome, you know. This is like a really soft gray pewter. I think I talked about that earlier, but it's absolutely gorgeous.
It's light gray pewter, right?
Yeah, it's like a very soft light gray, yeah. Yeah, it's It's so beautiful.
Do you like the position of the button?
Yeah. Yeah, the position isn't the position is perfect because it's not in the way. And I was somewhat wrong about the balance point too. With this lighter weight blade, yeah, it's very nicely balanced, you know. When you're holding it right there, you know, I don't know if you can really see where my hand actually is there. There's plenty of room there, you know,
Yeah.
all the way around. That's basically the balance point with this blade. Now, I haven't swung it around with my heavy dueling blades yet. I expect that'll be a totally different story, but yeah, I couldn't be happier with it.
Is there anything on your old sabers that you would want on this one?
So I showed you guys how this comes apart in the middle, and you've got this whole chassis on the inside. So it has the, you know, the battery and the microchip and all those sensitive parts are all protected in this big case. Yeah. Other Saber companies don't do that. Believe it or not, they just have the soundboard just loose in there, held on only by wires, just rattling around inside this metal tube, and they claim to be duel-ready sabers. They should be ashamed of themselves. But yeah, this is very nice. I really expected it to be lacking in something. I expected that the speaker would be not very loud, or the light would be not very bright, or the features would be very minimum, but this thing literally has all the bells and whistles. I could not possibly be happier with this. And the hilt itself is it's beautiful. I mean, it's one of the, it's like I was telling you earlier, you know, it's kind of plain from a distance, but the closer you get to it, the more beautiful it is, you know? That soft gray finish, and then the fine machine work, especially up here at the emitter. Beautiful. Ugh, it feels so good.
Do you think that the length of the blade is good?
Oh yeah, it's good length. It's a full, I think 32 inches or 41 inches or however long the full length blades are that I forget right now right off the top of my head, but yeah, it's a full length blade. I will say that it didn't come with a heavy-duty dueling blade. They said that it's duel-ready, but that's a thin-walled blade. I wouldn't necessarily recommend full-contact dueling with a thin-walled blade. But that's a simple fix. Blades are cheap, and I've got tons of extra dueling blades laying around, so I'm not even the slightest bit concerned about that.
Sounds like a good purchase to me.